Hi, I've got a full body workout for you today using a FitBall. Small 9-inch ball. If you don't have that handy, you can definitely grab a couch cushion or a favorite throw pillow and use that. And one more thing, I have a link in the description below where you can purchase this ball. We're gonna start lying on our back. Lift your hips on up and just place the ball straight underneath the sacrum. Make sure it's closer towards the tailbone and not at your lower back. And once you find that nice neutral pelvis, your hip bones and your pubic bone will form a nice perfect triangle here, nice and parallel to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Allow your ribs to settle a little heavier towards the mat and start to feel the frontal ribs knit towards each other a little bit more. One more deep breath in to get started here. Opening up through the sides of those ribs. And allow that exhale to settle the rib cage a little heavier like a hammock towards the floor, all while maintaining that neutral pelvis. Take another breath. As you exhale, start to draw the belly towards the spine as you pick your right leg up into tabletop. And then inhale, place that right leg back down. And then exhale, draw the belly in and extend left leg into tabletop, and then place it back down. Keep marching. Using that exhale to lift the leg, right knee right over hip. Place the foot down and then exhaling. We're trying to minimize the shift of weight from hip to hip, right? Using our deep core muscles. One more to each side. Next time your right leg floats up to tabletop, settle it there. Exhale, bring your left leg to meet it. Squeeze your ankles, knees, and thighs together. Keep the collarbones broad, take a breath. Place your right foot to the floor. Whole foot, exhale, pick it up. And then the left foot drops. And then you exhale, pick it up. Keep going. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lengthen, exhale. Make sure your whole foot's finding the floor. Start the exhale to pick the leg up. One more to each side. We're going to start to pick it up. You're going to start to automatically switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. The exhale, you brush the legs through center. Keep going here for 6. Tailbone lengthening, 5 into that ball. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Both legs will come into tabletop. Take a deep breath in. You're going to lower both legs down. Begin that exhale, belly to spine, and pick them right back up. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale. Check in with your hip flexors. You should be not feeling them at all. Instead, your deep core muscles, right? So think of the navel pulling away from those kneecaps. And then exhale, low abdominals deepen to pull those legs back home. You want to think long quads. 2 more. Last one. Great. Let the knees fall into the chest. Let the lower back round. And weight your tailbone heavy, legs float back up into tabletop. Good. From here, point the toes, take a deep breath in. Extend your right leg out to a high diagonal. You can lower your right leg and feel that flatten up the core a little more. And on your exhale, you switch. Inhale, exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale, reach. Can you think of that knee coming a little closer towards the chest? And that leg in opposition, reaching and extending out to along in front of you. Keep switching, inhaling, exhaling to switch for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whichever leg is extended along, lower it down. Right leg reaches up towards the ceiling, and we'll go into a little bicycle here. So one leg is extending all the way out towards the floor. We're starting to wake up the back of the legs. So one leg extends, one leg bends. All while keeping that pelvis nice and still. 2 more. And then we'll reverse the direction. So one leg will extend, one leg lifts. One leg bends, one leg extends to the roof. I like to give that illusion that you're digging for wet sand. Really lengthen that bottom leg out and up. 4 more to each side. 3. Really press into the palms, use your arms here. Last 2. Last 1. And then again, both legs can bend into the chest. We got one more thing, both legs extend straight up to 90. Again, your tailbone's weighted heavy. Take an inhale, turn out those thighs. Perfect, and start to lower your legs down to a high 45. And then exhale, squeeze those heels together and resist your legs up to 90. Legs press down, they lengthen, checking with those ribs, lift them together and down, and then exhale, reach the legs to 90. So you got 5 more here. Squeeze the heels, heavy your tailbone in opposition as you resist the legs. 4. Press away. 3. Can you lengthen through those inner thighs a little more? Press out. 2. 1 more. The legs are going to press out to where you left them off. Hold it there. Take an inhale, open up your legs as wide as your mat. Exhale, squeeze them together. Inhale, open. Exhale, lengthen and squeeze. Keep going here. You got 6. 5. Really excellent. Rotate from the top of the thighs. Last 4. 3. 2. And 1. Take a breath. Maybe lower your legs down another inch and bend the knees all the way on in. Roll the hips up. Take the ball out from underneath you. Place the ball in between your inner thighs. Feet hip sitting bones distance apart. Arms long by your side. Take an inhale. Give me a gentle hug of the ball. Knees straight up towards the ceiling. Curl the tailbone under and start to peel those hips up for your shoulder bridge. Press into the feet. Keep the hip bones lifted. And in opposition, feel those frontal ribs knitting together and down. Feeling the backs of the legs fire up. Take a breath here. Keep a squeeze of the ball as you curl the tailbone and start to rinse the spine down 1 bone at a time. And you'll flow through a few more like this. Actively squeezing into that ball. Curl the tailbone under. Lift and rise. Inhale at the top. Continue to squeeze that ball. Nice active inner thighs as you roll the spine down bone by bone. Arms can float up for that challenge. Exhaling. Use your final exhale to roll down. Keep those knees hugging in. You're gonna meet me up in that high bridge. Holding those hips up at the top. Retuck your tailbone and start to squeeze into the ball. And in. For 10 and 9 and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Keep the knees hugging in. You're gonna lower your hips in at 2 inches and then lift your hips right back up. The hips lower and then they left. Continue here for the next 10. Knees really hugging into that ball like you wanna pop it. 8, 7, pressing down to all 10 toes, inner and outer heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips lifted. Squeeze the ball a little more for 4. Just hold and lift. 3, 2, and 1. Roll all the way down. Perfect. Hands interlaced behind the head. Legs are going to float into tabletop. Keep that active squeeze of the ball as you curl the head, heart, and shoulders up. And inhale, release the tension of the ball, lower the head down. Curling head, heart, shoulders up. Give me a gentle squeeze of the ball. Pelvis is lengthening, tailbone's lengthening to the edge of that mat, and then lower it back down. Keep actively squeezing into the ball to feel that low abdominal. Squeeze as you curl. Release and lower. 2 more. On the next one, you're gonna curl up and stay up. From here, extend both legs up to the ceiling. Inhale to lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. 1 more. Legs up to 90. Can we squeeze that ball in? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take a breath. Grow up a little higher. Lower your legs down another foot. Last pulses for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take a breath. Lengthen and bend it all the way on in. You can take that ball out, but don't lose it. You're going to place the ball right in front of your right thigh. We're going to connect our right elbow to the ball. The knees connected to the ball, so you have that space between. Interlace your hands behind your head. Curl up to both tips of the shoulder blades. You're as square as those hips. Both legs into tabletop. Take a deep breath in. On your exhale, you're going to press your knee into that ball and elbow into the knee and hold it here. Keep actively pressing into that ball. Keep actively breathing, inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth. This is a static hold. We're staying lifted for the next 4. Heavy the tailbone. 3, 2, and 1. Stay with me. Left leg extends and bends. Left leg extends and bends. Keep peeling up off both shoulder blades. 4 more. Curl more. 3, 2. You're going to hold your left leg out on 1. You're going to scoop a little abdominals and imprint your low back and start to roll those hips up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down and rest. Nice work. We'll do that to the other side. Legs to tabletop, ball in front of that left thigh. Connect that left elbow. Hands interlaced. Square off those hips so you have a good view of them. Take a breath and start to press that elbow into the knee, knee into that elbow. We're just actively holding here, targeting that left oblique, stabilizing here through both sides of our pelvis. A couple more breaths. Make sure you're lifted on both tips of the shoulder blades. Keep actively pushing. And we'll add on. Take a breath. Exhale. Right leg extends and then bends. Keep going here. Keep lengthening through that left hip as well. Keep curling and actively pressing into that ball. 3 more. 2 more. Extend and hold. Scoop the low belly in. Imprint your low back. Rock and roll. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down, and that is done. Let your knees open wide, rest. Extend your arms really long, up over the head, legs extend. Take a deep breath in. Settle the shoulders and ribs heavy. Arms float up to the ceiling. Nod the chin on your exhale and start to peel the spine on up, one bone at a time. Great. We're gonna come to our side body. So you can use your prop, your pillow or your ball underneath the left side of the waist. You're gonna crop up to the left forearm. Check that your left shoulder's over your left elbow, hips are stacked. Knees are reaching to a 45-degree angle. Take a deep breath in, soft frontal ribs, and start to lift your right knee up and then lower it back down. So we're taking baby clams here. Actively squeeze those heels together. And make sure when you lift your right knee that your right hip doesn't fall back. Opening and closing. Think of really lifting up and away from that ball. 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Lift that shin up. Now your whole leg looks like your bottom leg, your top leg, and then lower it back down. It lifts and it lowers. If your head, neck ever gets agitated, just look over that left shoulder, keeping that crown of the head lengthening away from that tailbone. You should start to be feeling that outer right glute. Keep going. Last 4, 3, 2, hold the leg up at 1. We're going to stabilize this femur bone, extend from the knee, right leg extends, and then it bends.
Again, extend it out to that 45-degree angle and bend. So again, femur bone is still, extending and bending from that knee, stabilizing through our deep core muscles here. Nice, steady pelvis. You got 3 more. 2. On the next one, you're gonna hold that leg out. From there, can you reach that right leg longer? Dial your toes down. You're gonna lift the leg up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. For 6, for 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Drop that knee down, give it a little smack. From here, you're gonna grab the ball onto your hand, right hand. You're gonna reach your right arm up towards the ceiling and float those hips up. You're in a kneeling side plank. One long line from your shoulders, hips, and knees. Keep the feet grounded, take a deep breath in, and then you're gonna start to lower your hips and lift your hips. Lower and lift. Got 8 more. 7, 6, keep reaching through that right arm. For 5, 4, 3, think the left shoulder, left oblique, 2, 1. Hold those hips up. Maybe your right leg extends and we hold it. Keep holding it here. Take a breath. Place your right foot down. All the way down. We're going into a full side plank. Left leg extends to straight. You can stay here or stack those legs on top of each other. Almost finishing little pulses. Up and up. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend your knees. Come up to seated. Reach your left arm up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in and then side bend to the right. And then exhale, come up. And we'll do 2 more. If you have that ball, roll it away. Really opening up through those left intercostal muscles. Last one here. And come all the way and upright. You're gonna come into tabletop. I'm gonna place the ball right back in between my inner thighs, stacking my shoulders right over those wrists. Tuck your toes under. Take a deep breath in, drop your belly, look up towards the ceiling. And then untuck the toes, scoop the belly in and round your spine. 2 more, inhale, just really spread your sit bones a little wider, and then exhale, scoop the belly in, press into the tops of the feet. 1 more time. Find a neutral spine. Tuck those toes under. Broaden up those collarbones. Think of pressing to the palms to create space between those shoulder blades. Watch you're not sinking in those shoulders. Take a deep breath in. Draw the belly in and hover your knees 2 inches off the ground. You're squeezing that ball in actively, and make sure your tailbone's lengthening towards the wall behind you. Reach the crown of the head in opposition. From here, take an inhale, tap the knees. You're gonna exhale, lift the knees. Tapping the knees, and you exhale. Pull the belly in to lift the knees. That's 6. You're looking straight down between your hands, not anywhere else, so the spine stays as long as possible. For 4, 3, 2. Last one, you're gonna hold it here. Squeeze that ball in and in. Last 10, and 9, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold the squeeze, lift your hips higher, higher, higher until you're into that downward dog. Slight bend of the knees. Maybe your heels want to lift or lower here. Really press into the palms and send your chest a little deeper towards your thighs. Good, let's measure out to a full plank. So lift the heels, come forward. Make sure your shoulders are stacked right over your wrists. And then gaze forward, neck is long. Pike the hips back up into your downward dog. And we'll flow through these. Tuck your tailbone, actively squeeze into that ball. Good, and then pike your hips up. 1 more time, coming forward. Pressing back to that plank. On your next plank, you're gonna hold it. From here, take a breath. Keep squeezing that ball. You're gonna lift your right toes off the ground and then place it back down. And then your left toes lift and then they lower down. Keep those hips nice and square to the floor. You're constantly squeezing into that ball. 4 more. 3, 2, 1 more. And then drop your knees. Remove the ball and send your hips back for a child's pose. Another deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Great, we're gonna come up to our right side. So again, place that ball underneath the right side of the waist. Right shoulder is stacked right over that right elbow. Knees to that 45-degree angle. Start to squeeze the heels together for those baby clams. Checking in, then the right side of the waist is peeling up and away from that object. All while lengthening that left hip away from that bottom rib. To access the glute, you might need to stick your butt out a little more. Good. It's not about the size of the clam, but knowing that our hips are directly stacked, right? Always lengthening the crown of the head away from that tailbone. Warming up that left glute med. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, soften those front ribs. 2, hold the knee up, lift your shin up. So now your top leg looks like your bottom leg, and then lower it back down. Lift the leg and lower it back down. Continue here. Keep again lengthening that left hip away from that bottom left rib. Looking over that right shoulder if your neck is agitated. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up. Extend the knee and bend the knee. Now remember, we're stabilizing through our deep core muscles to keep our pelvis completely still. That left femur bone nice and still. Inhale to bend, exhale, extend. Last 4, 3, 2, extend the leg. Can you lengthen it a little longer? Dial the toes down and pulse it up an inch and down an inch. Up and down for 6, and 5, and 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Bend that knee in, give it a little smack. Grab hold of the ball. You're gonna send the knees back another inch. Find your side kneeling plank. Again, keep that right side of the waist lifted, and then hold it up here. And then from here, you're gonna lower your hips and then lift. Lower and lift the hips. Really lifting out of that right shoulder, feeling that connection through that right oblique, right hip. 4, 3, 2, hold it up. Your left leg is gonna extend. You're gonna hold it here. And then from there, lower the leg down. Maybe your right leg extends, you're in your full side plank. I'm gonna go for the whole shebang, left leg over my right. Holding here, last pulse is up. We only lift from here. Keep going. 6, belly to spine. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it. Take a breath. Bend those knees. We're gonna take a side stretch here. So reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and we're gonna side bend to the left, opening up to those right intercostal muscles. And then stack your spine up to tall. 2 more. Breathing in, look up, really reach through those right ribs. And then come back up, last 1. And stack the spine to tall. We're gonna finish in a plank position here. To make it more challenging, I want you to take the ball right in the center of the mat. Shoulders are still stacked right over your wrists. 1 leg at a time will extend. Again, keep those shoulders over the wrist, really press into the palms and lift away from the ball. Then extend your opposite leg out. We're here for 10 seconds. Draw the low abdominals in, lengthen the sternum, hard forward. 8, 7. Really lift away from the floor. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your knees down. Reach your arms forward and take a child's pose. Just roll your spine on up. And we're going to take a high kneel right in the middle of the mat. Knees hip distance apart. You're going to place the ball or object behind your sacrum. Arms straight, fingertips lengthening towards those 10 toes. Draw the shoulder blades back. Keep a slight squeeze of that object as you inhale, spread your sit bones wide and find a nice deep fold through both hips, and then stand all the way up to tall. Keep going here in your kneeling squats. And your gaze is down slightly so the neck stays long, maintaining a nice neutral spine here. And again, try to keep that object off your butt. Think about ripping the mat apart with those shin bones, and tops of the feet are really rooted down. Continue here for the next 4, 3, 2. You're gonna find that hinge on one and hold. Grab the ball into your right hand or object and just circle it all the way around your bod. Back again. Do 2 more in this direction. Keep hovering those sit bones off the heels, and then reverse. Think about those ribs still funneling in. Last one, you're gonna hold the ball right above your head. From here, pulse your arms up an inch and down an inch. Up an inch and down an inch. We're finishing this here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it for a moment, take a breath, and stand it all the way on up. So guys, get off those knees, take a seat. Extend your legs out in front of you. You're gonna start to roll back off the tailbone. You're gonna place that ball right in the middle of those shoulder blades, right? Tips of the shoulder blades, and then interlace your hands behind your head, and let your head fall back. Good. Take a deep breath in to those side ribs, back ribs especially, and let that exhale and let it all go. One more breath in. Exhale, allow the ribs to settle heavier. And we're just gonna use the next breath, the next exhale, to draw the belly in and curl on up. So you're looking straight ahead, finding that nice deep fold. You're gonna take an inhale and side bend to the right. Work your way through center. Head over to the left. And then back around. So you're gonna curl up to the right side, find center, head over to the left. Let your head wave back. So we're going into circles. Just finding a little more openness to the chest. And then we'll reverse it. So you're gonna curl back up. You're gonna side bend to the left. Work your way through center, up through center, head over to the right. Let your head fall back into space. And then back over to the left. Center, right, and down. Continue to stir that torso. 2 more. Last one here. Make your way through center. Settle in, take a breath. Allow your ribs to soften, let your belly relax. 1 more. And then no rush at all, just roll off to one side of the ball. Take the ball on out. And you guys are done.